My wife had been suffering from some severe inflammatory bowel disease for decades, and it really affects your lifestyle tremendously. And she was getting colonoscopies every few years to monitor it and biopsies, and it always showed severe inflammation. And she was put eventually on some medication that was $2,100 a month, and it did absolutely nothing. And we were traveling out of state, and we got a call after one of her colonoscopies. And the doctor said, "Get your husband on the phone." And he gave us the news. He said, "Your colon was so inflamed, I could not pass the colonoscope into the small intestine. The valve was just totally swollen, inflamed. So I took blind biopsies. And luckily, he did because they found that the inflammation was so severe, some cancer cells were forming. So she had to come home and have surgery. And she did really, really well after the surgery. And this was during COVID. Well, about 2.5 years ago is when we started using the X39 patch. And every 6 months, Leslie was getting a colonoscopy. And at her fourth colonoscopy, the doctor came into recovery and he says, "What are you doing?" She says, "What do you mean?" He says, "I've been a doctor doing this 32 years. I trained at Harvard and Tufts. I've never seen anything like this. Your colon looks like you never had this condition." And I took biopsies. I'll call you in a couple of days. He called back and he said, "Biopsies showed normal colon." And this has happened sequentially for several colonoscopies since then. And she had one a couple weeks back, and he came in and he said, "What's that Z thing you're using?" She said, "It's not a Z, it's an X39." And he had cut her medicine down about 75%. So it's just kind of a homeopathic dose. He said, "Just go ahead and stay on it, but I'm going to check into this X39." So we feel really, really fortunate that she achieved this healing. And I mean, is it due to X39? I don't know. I think it just helped her body realize what it had to do to heal itself. So we feel very, very blessed that that occurred and that Steve and Gina got a hold of us, let me tell you, because I've been a surgeon for 40 years and you just don't see things like this happen. This is
Uh,
just really miraculous. You know, as far as the patch goes, I think it's an ingenious invention. And even though there's been decades of light-based therapy research done, Dr. Michael Hamblin at Harvard had decades of research on this. But what the genius of David Schmidt was in shrinking this down to a wearable, portable device that's affordable and anybody can use it. So it's accessible to a whole lot of people. And I think really that's the key. It's patented, so no one else has it. It's not a Me Too product. No one else is going to have it for a long, long time. So it's unique, and LifeWave is the only one that has this. So I think it's just a tremendous opportunity to share with people. I use it in my practice to help increase copper peptide and collagen levels to strengthen the walls of blood vessels for patients. So it's actually age reversing in that sense. And people who are prone to getting heart attacks and strokes, I think it's buying them extra time. I
yeah.
mean, it just makes sense. And we can see patients with spider veins, their spider veins become less visible over 6 or 7 months because they're putting more collagen in that vein wall and making it thicker and more opaque. So these benefits are readily visible. So the positive effects of this, I think, are better than any prescription medicine, that I've seen. And uh, as far as just to talk again, it's just how special the shrinking down of phototherapy technology into this patch. So I think it's just ingenious, and I look forward to other things coming down the pike from LifeWave. I know David's committed to age reversal, and I think it's just a really exciting time